Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaja Krishna Prasaya
So we've been hearing
His Holiness Bhakti Krishna Maharaj,
His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj,
and his very nice pastimes of Lord Chaitanya.
and these very nice pastimes of Lord Chaitanya.
As he touched on the other Krishna left, Kali Yuga began.
After Krishna left, Kali Yuga began.
Kali Yuga means that people were interested in material desires.
Kali Yuga means that people were interested in material desires.
And as Bhagavad Gita says, there are unlimited desires.
And as Bhagavad Gita says, there are unlimited material desires.
So, Navadvip was the center of learning.
So, Navadvip was the center of learning.
All the Brahmanas were coming to Navadvip.
All these brahmanas were coming to Navadvip
because it was famous as the center of culture.
Because it was famous as the center of culture
and learning. And everybody was here to get scholarship, knowledge.
And everyone was here to get scholarship, knowledge.
Even young pundits would challenge older ones.
All the younger pundits would challenge the older ones.
To see how much learning they had.
To see how much learning they had.
Test if they could defeat the others.
To test if they could defeat the others.
And so most pundits, this learning was a thing that everybody tried to achieve.
So for most of the pundits, this learning was what most of them tried to achieve.
And so So they thought that the goal of life was to have learning.
And so they thought that the goal of life was to have learning.
To have a good body.
To have a good body.
To have enough money.
To have a lot of money.
To have a good wife.
To have a good wife.
Have children.
To have children.
Live in comfort.
And to live in comfort.
And that was their whole idea.
And that was their whole idea.
Sound familiar?
Sound familiar? Yes, Maharaj.
And at that time, the Brahmanas, they said that it was offensive to chant the names of Vishnu.
And at that time, the Brahmanas, they said that it was offensive to chant the names of Vishnu.
Because we were sinful.
Because we were sinful.
And chanting the names by sinners would contaminate the name.
And that by sinners chanting the name, it would contaminate the name.
The name would become powerless, useless.
The name would become powerless, useless.
So the only time when people would chant,
So the only time that people would chant
is when they were in the Ganges.
Was when they were in the Ganges.
And they had completed their bath.
And they had completed their bath.
They thought all their sins were gone.
They thought all their sins were gone.
And they could chant 3 times.
And they could chant 3 times.
They completed that sometimes.
A few.
Well, as long as they stayed in the water.
As long as they stayed in the water.
No more.
When they got up now, no more.
So there were some pure Vaishnavas.
So there were some pure Vaishnavas.
Some who had taken their appearance just to precede Lord Chaitanya.
So there were some Vaishnavas who had taken their appearance just to precede Lord Chaitanya.
And so they wanted to chant the name of Vishnu.
And so they wanted to chant the name of Vishnu.
And they gathered at Srivasa's house.
And they gathered at Srivasa's house.
And there they chanted.
And there they chanted.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Read this one. Lead them. Drive them out. Drive them out of the woods.
Please, drive them out of the woods.
If he stays in our village, he'll have us all persecuted by the Mohammedan ruler.
If these Vaishnavas stay in our village, they'll have us all persecuted by the Muslim ruler.
Also, he is chanting the name very offensively.
And they're also chanting the name very offensively.
So, the Brahmanas were worse.
So the Brahmanas were the worst.
Because they all were against this chanting Hare Krishna.
Because they were against this chanting of Hare Krishna.
And nowadays, there are plenty of drums, cymbals.
In Navadvip there were plenty of drums and cymbals.
But they would sing and dance different names of the devas.
But they would sing and dance with the different names of the devas.
The demigods.
The demigods.
And so they thought it would establish some dal, some deva, devi.
So they thought if they could establish some doll or some deity
on earth
that was made out of earth,
pray for giving some material desires,
they would pray for getting some material desires.
and then throw the doll away.
And then throw the doll away.
In the Ganges.
In the Ganges.
So that kind of worship was going on.
So that kind of worship was going on.
But not the worship of Lord Vishnu.
But not the worship of Lord Vishnu.
So Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata,
So Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata,
they were exceptions.
they were exceptions.
They were pure devotees.
They were pure devotees.
And they were sad because they had 8 daughters who died at childbirth.
They were sad because they had 8 daughters that had died at childbirth.
And the Lord Chaitanya told
And so Lord Chaitanya,
before that, Advaita Gosai,
before that, Advaita Gosai,
he had been approached by the devotees.
He had been approached by the devotees.
It was so difficult for them to practice their Krishna consciousness.
That it was so difficult for them to practice their Krishna consciousness.
So they would go to his house to hear Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam.
So they would go to his house to hear Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam.
He was the senior Brahmana in Navadvip Shantipur.
He was the senior Brahmana in Navadvip Shantipur.
So people didn't like his worship of Vishnu, but no one spoke up.
So people didn't like his worship of Vishnu, but nobody spoke up.
Because he was senior.
Because he was senior.
And he was very learned.
And he was very learned.
So they talked behind his back, but not in front of him.
So they talked behind his back, but not in front of him.
So the devotees, they got a lot of inspiration by hearing the classes of Advaita.
So the devotees got a lot of inspiration by hearing the classes of Advaita.
When they approached Advaita, all these people were so much lost in materialism.
But when they approached Advaita and said how all these people were so lost in materialism,
he said, since I'm an acharya,
he said, since I'm an acharya,
I want to bring the Lord down.
I want to bring the Lord down.
Let him come and dance, chant, and deliver all the fallen souls.
Let him come down and dance and chant and deliver all the fallen souls.
So I'll bring him down.
I'll bring him down.
I'll chant
I'll chant. I'll pray.
I'll worship.
I'll worship.
And I'll bring him down.
And I'll bring him down.
If I'm affected, he's not distant. So if there's anything to my name, he must come.
My name is awakened, it means non-different. So if there's anything to my name, he must come.
Otherwise,
I'll
manifest 4 arms.
I'll manifest 4 arms.
And with my chakra, I'll just wipe out the entire human race.
And with my chakra, I'll just wipe out the entire human race.
And start over again.
And start over again.
This group is hopeless.
This group is hopeless.
Only Krishna can do it.
Only Krishna can do this.
So he started to pray, worship the Shalagram Shila.
So he began to pray and worship the Shalagram Shila.
He read how Krishna said that he is purchased by offering Ganges water and Tulsi flowers.
He had read how Krishna is purchased by offering Tulsi flowers and water. Ganges water.
So he offered that every day.
So he offered that every day.
And loudly chanted.
And loudly chanted.
Oh, Rama! Oh, Rama! Oh, Rama! And his loud chanting penetrated the universal shell.
And his loud chanting penetrated the universal shell.
And went to the causal ocean.
And went through the causal ocean.
Right to the spiritual world.
Right to the spiritual world.
And Krishna could hear it.
And Krishna could hear it.
And Goloka Vrindavan.
And Goloka Vrindavan.
So he agreed.
So he agreed
to come. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. So one night. First, the Lord told all his associates.
So first, the Lord told all his associates
to take birth. In
Navadvip.
And in Bengal.
And in East Bengal.
And different parts of India.
In different parts of India.
Like Pundari Vidyanidhi and Vasudev Datta.
Like Pundari Vidyanidhi and Vasudev Datta.
They appeared in Chattargram.
They appeared in Chattargram.
Srivas and his brothers appeared in East Bengal.
Srivas and his brothers appeared in East Bengal.
Nowadays and this time Satyamata appeared in Srihatta.
Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata appeared in Srihatta. Known as Salet.
And they moved to Navadvip.
And they moved to Navadvip.
The Lord Balaram, he appeared in the land where the Ganges does not flow.
So Lord Balaram appeared in the land where the Ganges does not flow.
That's known as Radha.
And it's known as Radha Desh.
It's less important.
It's less important
spiritually. Because no Ganges.
Because no Ganges.
But Balaram appeared there.
But Balaram appeared there as Nitai.
Through Hayamoja and Padmavati.
Through Hadai Oja and Padmavati.
So the Devas, when the Lord appeared, they showered flowers from heaven.
So the Devas, they arranged that when the Lord appeared, they showered flowers
from the heavens. As long as the Nitai was there was no hardship, no hunger in the riders.
As long as Nitai was there was no hardship or hunger in Radha Desh.
Then Lord Chaitanya told to have goat.
So Lord Chaitanya then told
Sankarsana to appear. And he became the elder brother.
And he became the elder brother
of
Lord Chaitanya.
So like that.
So like that.
And one night, so Adana he was very happy when he had Vishnuvar as his son.
So Jagannath Mishra was very happy when he had Vishnuvar as his son.
He knew it was the mercy of the Lord.
He knew it was the mercy of the Lord.
So he began to worship the Lord more fervently.
So he began to worship the Lord more fervently.
Normally, if one prays to the Lord,
normally if one prays to the Lord,
I need this, I need that.
I need this, I need that.
Do they get it?
You get it.
Oh, they say, oh, Lord mercy.
Oh, the Lord's mercy.
And then they forget about the Lord.
And then they forget about the Lord.
They take him for granted.
They take him for granted.
But the pure devotee, if he gets something from the Lord,
but the pure devotee, if he gets something from the Lord,
he worships the Lord more.
He worships the Lord more.
So this is what Jagannath Mishra did.
So this is what Jagannath Mishra did.
One night, he had an unusual dream.
He had an unusual dream.
Where he was very ecstatic. He saw brilliant light enter his mind.
He saw a brilliant light enter into his mind.
And the light came to his heart.
And the light came to his heart.
And he felt so blissful.
And he felt so blissful.
Because the light was Krishna.
Because the light was Krishna.
And that Krishna in the body.
And Krishna entered his body.
He had Krishna in his
yes. He had Krishna in his body.
And then he saw it transferred over from his heart to Satyamata's heart.
And then he saw that it transmitted from his side over to Sachi's side.
She was carrying Krishna in her heart.
She was carrying Krishna in her heart.
So when they woke up, they both had the same dream.
So when they woke up, they both had the same dream.
And Mother Sati looked very effulgent.
And Mother Sati looked very effulgent.
So then both knew they must have someone very special as their son.
So they both knew that they must have someone very special as their son.
This happened around January.
This happened around January.
So Krishna, he can enter by any means.
So Krishna, he can enter by any means.
And we shouldn't think that he entered by the ordinary process of seminal discharge.
He doesn't enter in the ordinary way of seminal discharge.
We should not think that way.
We should not think that way.
It's offensive.
It's offensive.
So he had this divine transfer.
So he had this divine transfer.
So then Sati Mata was carrying him.
So then Sati Mata was carrying him.
And some of the devas came to offer prayers.
And some of the devas came and offered prayers.
And they came and offered different prayers.
And they came and offered different prayers.
One said how the Lord is Lord of unlimited millions of universes.
One said the Lord is the Lord of unlimited universes.
And each universe has a Brahma and a Shiva.
And each universe has a Brahma and Shiva.
So he is unlimited.
So he's unlimited.
He can give out his pure devotion.
And how he can give out his pure devotion.
And not only that,
And not only that,
if he empowers
a devotee,
the devotee can also give out.
The devotee can also give out.
Deliver a whole universe.
Deliver a whole universe.
So, like this, sometimes she would see the devas.
So like this, sometimes Sati Mata would see the devas.
Because Lord Chaitanya would expose them.
Because Lord Chaitanya would expose them.
And then, she got chanting Narasimha prayers.
And she'd start chanting Nishina prayers.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
She somehow sees us. She somehow sees us.
And somehow she sees this.
But she's not supposed to see the devas.
But she's not supposed to see the devas.
So, this is a trick by Krishna.
So this is a trick by Krishna.
So Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself.
So Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself.
In the Srimad Bhagavatam,
In the Srimad Bhagavatam,
it states that all the different incarnations
it states that all the different incarnations
are either the expansion
are either the expansion
or the expansion of an expansion
or an expansion of an expansion.
Kala Punsa
Kalo Punsa,
Krishna still Bhagavan Swayam.
Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam.
But Bhagavan Krishna, he is the original personality of Godhead.
But Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead.
He is not an extension.
He is not an expansion.
He's not a mere Yuga avatar.
He's not a mere Yuga avatar.
He is the original personality of Godhead.
He is the original personality of Godhead.
It's just so happened he came at the time when Yuga Dharma is needed.
Since it happened that he came when the Yuga Dharma is needed,
so he fulfilled that.
So he fulfilled that.
Like this, Lord Chaitanya appeared at the sun, at the moonrise.
So Lord Chaitanya appeared at the moonrise.
And because it was an eclipse, everybody went to the Ganges.
And because it was an eclipse, everybody went to the Ganges.
And there, because they're in the Ganges, they chanted.
And there, they were in the Ganges and they chanted.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Govinda.
Govinda.
Madhusudana.
Madhusudana.
Kesava.
Kesava.
Madhava.
Madhava.
And then the holy names was echoing throughout the town.
And the holy names were echoing throughout the town.
And even the Muslims were mimicking.
And even the Muslims were mimicking.
Listen to the Hindus.
Listen to those Hindus.
They're chanting.
They're chanting.
Haribo.
Haribo.
So somehow, in the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, everybody was chanting.
So somehow, in the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, everybody was chanting.
So please try to be empowered by Lord Chaitanya and deliver this whole universe.
So please try to be empowered and deliver this whole universe.
If you can't do that, then at least deliver your country.
And if you can't do that, at least deliver your country.
Your city.
Our city.
The Black Vishnu.
Your
Black Vishnu. Black
rickshaw group.
Yeah. Your family.
Your family.
So get some empowerment from the Lord, and we can start giving out the mercy.
So become empowered by the Lord, so we can start giving out the mercy.
You can help. You, Lord Chaitanya, want you to all feel.
Lord Chaitanya wants all of you to do it.
Haribo.
Haribo.